Hi, everybody. I am here to tell you a law school hack that even Kim K missed that will allow you to get into law school without an undergraduate degree and not be required to take the dreaded baby bar. If you're interested in this, keep watching, and I'll give you all the details on how to save you thousands of dollars a year off your law school career and have you practicing law while your friends are still in law school. Okay? Stay tuned. My name is Mika Anderson. I'm an attorney. I'm a certified criminal law specialist and an adjunct law professor. I've been practicing for about 15 years, fully licensed in the state of California, and I do not have a bachelor's degree. I did not have to take the baby bar, that dreaded baby bar. And in my situation, it was what was best for me. So this information is something that the traditional way to get in law school, and the way we're all familiar with, is to go to undergraduate school, get a degree, right? Get a bachelor's in whatever major, perform well, get a high GPA, perform well on the LSAT, fill out your law school applications, write the best personal statement you can come up with, and send it off to law schools and hope that you get accepted to the one that you desire to go to. That's the traditional route. And that route is fine and it works and it is really beneficial for a certain type of student. But not everybody is in that particular situation where that's the route that they need to take. So I'm just here to give you more information on alternatives, a different way that you can get into law school without an undergraduate degree, and again, not having to take that baby bar. In California, the rules that govern the pre-legal education are really covered in Business and Profession Code Section 660. And I have it showing here, and it gives some basic qualifications that in order to practice law, you need to be at least 18 years of age and of good moral character. And it states in Section C that before the beginning of the study of law, you have to have done either of the following. So it gives you a few options. The very first option in Section C, so it's subsection C sub 1, says that you have to have completed at least 2 years of college work. So it does not require an undergraduate degree. And that's not an exception. It's not a rare situation. That's the very first sentence of that subsection, that you have to have completed at least a 2-year college degree. The college coursework has to have been for not less than 1 year of collegiate work acceptable. So it can't be like 2 years of 60 units worth of like cooking classes and basketball practice. So it can't be that. It has to be classes of substance. But it only requires at least 2 years of those type of classes. And when those type of classes are complete, you still would have to take, for most CBAs, every CBA I've ever dealt with, still have to take the LSAT, and you would still have to apply, but you don't necessarily have to come in the door with a bachelor's degree. It also gives another way for you to kind of bypass, save some time, and really save some money if this is a good choice for you, that it says in subsection 2, now we're at C subsection 2, it says have attained the apparent intellectual ability, the equivalent of at least 2 years. So it basically lets you test out. So you can take, I think the shorthand is the CLEP test. You can take that college equivalency test on a particular subject, test out, have that credit still apply toward those 2 years. So if you're in a situation where you're considering going back to school, say you're in your second year and you have those 2 years, you can consider now to go back to school whether or not you want to finish your BA degree or whether or not you want to stop there and then apply to a law school that will accept your pre-education for admittance. So that's the code section that allows it. It's Business and Professions Code 6060, Section C sub 1, and then sub 2 if you need to test out. And just to go down a little bit further, so you know, in that section, it talks about the need to take the baby bar, and I believe the actual term for the baby bar is the law student's examination. And it talks about that, and that's something that applies in that Kim K situation, not in this situation, because it expressly says in subsection H sub 2 that the requirement does not apply to take that baby bar, does not apply to a student who has satisfactorily completed their first year of law study and has completed at least 2 years of college work. So as long as you make it through your first year and you completed 2 years of college work, you don't have to take the baby bar. And that goes across the board. So that's the benefit, or that's at least the option, right, of bypassing the undergraduate degree and going directly into law school after having 60 semester units of, college level coursework. And we can briefly cover the path that Kim K took because it's very different from what I'm talking about. You are considered a regular student on this path. It's not a special student status. Kim K's path course has her deemed as a special student, which requires her to take that baby bar. And it has here, and it stated that you can, and it says here, in a law office in the state, under the personal supervision of a licensed, basically, attorney from California who has at least 5 years continuously been practicing, engaged actively in the practice of law, that attorney now has the duty of supervising Kim K and then giving the committee whatever required periodic reports that they need in order to determine whether or not she's progressing. Right. So she's under the supervision of an attorney who is now charged with the duty of making, documenting and making note of her progress, and then giving that progress to the committee who will review it. After, we'll keep using Kim K. After she's completed what's equivalent to 1 year of coursework, because that documentation has to be fairly specific to know what she has taken. After she's completed 1 year of coursework, she is required to pass that baby bar examination. And if she does not, then she cannot go further. And I believe she gets multiple attempts, but if she does not ultimately pass it, she cannot go further in her education. Or if she goes further in her education, it will not count toward a law degree because she did not pass that basic law student exam. So that's the difference. So there's the supervising attorney, and then there's also another option that allows you to do the exact same thing with a judge in chambers. So the judge then would be charged with kind of administering your coursework and documenting it, and then having that ready to show progress to the examiners. So that's those kind of are the options on how you can go to law school in a way that's a little bit different. I much prefer the way that I took, and I'll give you some information because for me, I did have to weigh and balance whether or not this was the right option for me, but it was kind of an easy call for me. When I was in law school, I was a single parent of 2 very small children. I was unemployed. I was dealing with poverty on all kind of levels, really struggling with homelessness and poverty kind of in every form that it came in. I'm talking about dodging repossession people and, okay, do I have enough gas money to get to school? And my kids were in school, but not for the full day. So it was really difficult. I had to get my career on the path like ASAP. If I could cut out any time, it would have been for my benefit. So when I was in undergraduate school and I discovered that you only needed 60 units, and I had that at the time that I discovered it, that you only needed 60 units to transfer to law school, I looked into that. It was a godsend for me, honestly. I looked into that immediately. I took the LSAT. I came in there with my transcript, and it was kind of like, I mean, because it was a difficult time. So it was kind of like, what's that movie? The Pursuit of Happiness. It was kind of like that, right? So me and the 2 kids, and it was struggle moment, for real. So, but I took the LSAT and was admitted into law school and performed wonderfully in law school, because I will tell you, somebody's financial situation does not necessarily reflect their intellect. I think we all know that. So that was not a problem. Once I was in law school, I was on the dean list and I graduated at the top of the class. That was not the issue. It was that my life did not really lend to me doing anything that was really heavily weighted in theory. This girl had to get into practice. I had to get into the practice of studying, getting in and getting out of law school so I could get a job so I could take care of my family. So that's the reason why I'm giving this tip, because anybody who's in a like situation or who this particular alternative might seem like a good fit, I would like you at least to know about it so you can consider it. So hopefully you got something out of this video, that there was some useful information. And if you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you liked what you were able to hear in the information I gave, again, just subscribe to the channel and press the like button, and then turn on your notifications so you know the next time that I release a video. And I think the way it's going now, the next video that I'm considering releasing is, I might do the CBA versus ABA, right? I think that's one that's kind of important. And then I also will do a video, because when I was in law school, I was also on public assistant. So it was really very difficult. But one of the things, because I did not get my bachelor's degree, public assistance helps you with, because their goal is self-sufficiency, right? It helps you with some of the other expenses with law school. So not necessarily the tuition, and maybe not even the books. I can't remember if I got help with books. I don't think I did through public assistance, but they did help with daycare tremendously. They help with transportation tremendously. And normally in graduate school, you don't get that kind of help, because they believe that you have a certain level of education already, so you should be able to do, some basic things for yourself. But because the way I came in, I did not have a degree, I was still in the same category as somebody who just graduated high school. So all those services were available. So I will do a video on that, just to show that the kind of hidden benefits of doing it this way for anybody who is really like financially struggling, but trying to make a big turnaround in what they do. Okay. So thank you again. My name is Miko Anderson, and you guys have a good one.